Greetings everyone and welcome to Collector Corps. Today we're going to be looking at the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four series Pulse exclusive Marvel's Invisible Woman, and you have to make sure you say Marvel because otherwise the lawyers will get you. But in any case, I've already covered the Human Torch Pulse exclusive, which was in a very similar box, very nice graphic on the front. I love the red and nothing on the sides or back or top or anything. But in any case, let's open it up, look at the retro card and yeah, then get into the figure. And getting the retro card out, there's not really much I can say that I didn't already say during the Human Torch review, but just going over it, it's obviously a retro card inspired by the original toy line from Toy Biz. It's considerably bigger. I believe the Spider-Man retro cards are about that tall, so you're seeing quite a difference in height. Obviously, you can't see all the way to the top, but we're talking about that much extra, which compared to a figure, about half the height of a figure extra for packaging. It's quite ridiculous, but I do really like it. The graphics are all really nice. Love the artwork. On the back, you have some more classic toy-inspired stuff with having the figures at the bottom and, you know, the play features and all that kind of nonsense. But in any case, let's get into this, and hopefully I end up enjoying it a lot more than I am expecting to, because I'm not a huge fan of transparent figures, I'm going to be honest. And getting Sue out of the packaging, as you can see, she is very, very wait a second. Yeah, actually bringing the figure into frame, that was a purpose joke, I wasn't just being an idiot. But in any case, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of transparent figures. I will say though, having played with this for a few minutes, much better plastic quality than I was expecting. With not having anything from Hasbro, especially not Marvel Legends in transparent plastic, I was expecting the worst. There's a lot of figures that I've had over time, including just something that I brought in for the Human Torch video, this figure. The plastic quality feels so much worse, and you can actually see on some of the joints and some of the weaker areas where it's like crystallized a little bit, cracked a bit. It's not ideal. This, however, actually just feels like regular Marvel Legends plastic, which is great. Going over the looks, I suppose, I can't really say much, other than you can see a few of the joints in some places. It's not great. You can also see through pretty well. There's some areas that are a bit more cloudy, and quite honestly, though, I don't have the actual figure yet of from the series, from the main series. Oh god, this head though. I've seen a lot of pictures, some make it look okay, some make it look terrible. Obviously, with no paint, it's not terrible. I don't hate it. It doesn't even look that puffy, but just how they painted it on the main figure looks awful. But in any case, it's a very just normal, plain female body with an invisible woman head. I don't know what else to say. That's really all I can say. Let's just get into articulation, because there's so little. Oh, that'll get into in articulation, but there's so little to say about a transparent figure with no paint applications. Going over articulation, we do have a ball and hinge at the neck, which allows for not much up because of the hair, but you do actually get a decent amount of down, which is always appreciated. We've got a ball joint at the centre of the body, so you do actually get some hula hooping action, nothing at the waist, unfortunately. At the arms, we have out, pretty good. Swivel all the way around. We got single elbow goes about to 90. That's a very visible joint there. And then the wrist is side to side on this magic wielding hand, and I believe that is the case for, I'm just quickly checking. Yeah, that does seem to be the case for all of the hands. Yeah, it is. I couldn't see the joint in the fist. But yeah, they're all side to side. So luckily, no grip hands, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Legs go, oh wow. That's actually as far as it goes. Yeah, okay, not even 45. That's okay. Forward, she can be in a conga line or whatever it is, a cha-cha. I don't know, remember dancers. And then back is actually better than Johnny, but that is awful. That's terrible. Swivel at the thigh, pretty tight on mine, which I'm actually quite happy with. If it was loose, I'd be worried. So it being tight, I'm actually not too fussed about. Double knee goes, I mean, it's better than the out on the leg, but it's still not great. You could probably, no, it's not going to work. I can't really do anything with that. Nothing at the ankle, unfortunately, but then forward, forward, back and forward-facing pin for rocker, which is also very tight. There's a lot of very tight joints on this, but honestly, even with all the tightness of the legs, it's going to stand straight away now. Yeah. Okay, well, my figures, just like Robos, are divas, and yeah, that wasn't like me messing with the figure before that made it fall over. It just wasn't, and I struggled to stand it up for the initial shot. I guess she just decided that after I'd messed with her ankle, she wanted to stand, but there we go. Hit or miss on standing, I guess. She stands fine, I suppose. For accessories, you get the generic female / power-using hands, and yeah, they work well enough. And then you also get fists, just in case the Invisible Woman has to punch someone for some reason. Then, going back to the magic-wielding hand, you actually get a force field which connects onto the hand. I'm really bad at doing these. I've had like a dozen of these at this point, and I always really struggle. Oh, that's actually tighter than usual. Well, there we go. That's using the shield. I quite like that, actually. That works surprisingly well. I have some other suits that it just doesn't work for. That's really cool. And for comparisons, though, I own a few different suits. Most of them have been taken apart and kit bashed. Just like this one, which is the Walgreens body, torso, legs, whatever, with the scroll wave head, just because I think it... Well, actually, no. Not because I think it looks better. When I got the Walgreens figure, it didn't include the head. Long story, I live in the UK, we don't have Walgreens, I had to order online. Anyway, this has been my shelf figure for a while, and quite honestly, it's going to have to stay that way because I do not care for this translucency, but, I mean, it is definitely an upgrade in a lot of aspects. I think it looks more like Sue just as a silhouette than this did. I think this is a bit too skinny, if that's really an argument, because they have mostly the same. There's a lot of reuse between them, in all fairness, including the fact that I mean, this one is the right leg that's way too long. This one is the left leg that's way too long. That's why they're in like a walking position. It's because I can't straighten their legs so they won't stand up. That's why I realised is the issue. But anyway, yeah, they work. They're the same height. You can use both in the display. It'll work. Wrong colour compared to the new retro figures, but if you're wanting to use this for, you know, a display of the Walgreens figures, it definitely works. And then we have the new retro Pulse exclusive Human Torch, which these are obviously from the same line. It works, the height is good, you know, the proportions all work out. Without seeing her costume, it's difficult to say. Like, she could go with any display. She could go with a display of these guys for all it matters. It's just... I don't know. I sound really negative about this figure. I like it enough, it's just not necessarily the Invisible one that I need. You know? I don't know. And then, of course, we have the Star Wars Black Series Stormtrooper, First Edition Battle Damaged, and the Fortnite Jazzwares Legendary Series Fish Stick. That was in the wrong order, but whatever. Once again, little shot for a Stormtrooper is actually quite it's not that big of a difference, but like the Stormtrooper is shorter than Invisible Woman, which seems wrong, but in any case, it works. If you're wanting to use this as some sort of invisible character in any scene, really, it's going to work. So there you go. And that's really all I can say for this figure and for this review. It's definitely a good figure. If you're wanting a power-using Invisible Woman, there you go. You have it. Though I think they are sold out by now, knowing Pulse. But in any case, it's not going to be replacing anything on my shelf. I'm going to continue using the Walgreens / Super Scroll Wave Mix Mash until I at least get the proper retro card one in full suit. I just don't have a need for an Invisible Woman. That's just how it is. But in any case, that's going to be it for this. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, ring that bell, all that other YouTube nonsense. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!